Hello everyone, so today's drama is non-existent. We're free. The curse is broken. Curse is broken, people. But today's video, I figured I'd do a light-hearted story time because some recent stuff has come up that's so embarrassing and something that I would do. I figured it'd be funny to talk about this in a video. So if you're not aware, I've worked many jobs in my life across two different countries at this point, but I've had like 10 to 12 different jobs, whether that be retail or food service or small office startup to big office. I've done it all. As you might be well aware, my first job I ever had was working at a pizza restaurant. I worked there for 5 years as a waiter, as a customer service representative, and as a cook. Now, I have already made a video, very old at this point, look at that hair, detailing all the funny mistakes that I made at work that somehow didn't get me fired. If you want to watch that, you can. It's a bit of an ancient one, but it's still good. To quickly summarize some of the points of this video, I once kicked a box in the air and it hit a waitress in the eye, causing her to bleed. I once was swinging a trash bag around, it accidentally opened up in the air and sprayed garbage all over a passing car. 3, I once wanted to test out how strong the conveyor belt is that brings the pizzas. It's not that strong. I broke it. It cost the company a lot of money. 4, once I punctured a hole in a bag of soda syrup to see, if I could open the box. I could open the box, and the bag, we didn't get the money back. That cost the company a lot. And one of the big, most embarrassing ones that I had was it was a very busy day. They never staffed the right amount of people at the restaurant because that way they can make more money and profit. They have these servers, like me, getting $2 an hour. We're supposed to be waiting tables, but they make us answer phones and cut the pizzas and do everything else so that way they can make more money. Not the best business practice. Well, it was one of those days. It was very busy. The manager, I don't know where he is. I asked someone, hey, Jay, do you know where the manager is? And she said, yeah, he's in the back talking to the district manager, the guy that owns all the restaurants in all of South Jersey. And I was like, well, tell him to get his lazy butt up here and do some work. Get a tap on the shoulder. He was not in the back. He was right behind me. Now, he's not the skinniest lad. And so he was like, what am I, Evan? You think I'm fat? Is that what it is? Oh my God, I squeaked. I ran, I went to help my tables, okay? I was just passionate about getting the work done, okay? I don't like customers being unhappy because that makes it feel like I'm doing a bad job. He didn't fire me. He has really good sense of humor, I guess. And he was like, Evan loves what he does. And he was just a bit heated. Good, thank God. However, it was definitely one of those instances I probably deserved to get fired. And that was just one job. Now, I also had 2 jobs in the Christmas period of 2010, because your boy needs money. I was working 30 hours a week at the pizza restaurant and 30 plus hours at American Eagle, which is a clothing store. Now, the hardest part about working 2 jobs, if you've ever done it, is the scheduling, because you have to schedule both of these companies so that your hours do not overlap and you can get in between them in time and not be in trouble, basically. And both companies feel like they are superior. Now, the pizza restaurant at this point was like, Evan, you've worked for 3 years, we're definitely first. But their schedule started on Tuesday. And the other company was like, hey, we're new and you like us, so we're first. And for some reason, I liked this company a lot, and I knew it was only holiday hours, but I still wanted to not upset them. And I mainly was okay with balancing back and forth, especially because there's so many workers at the American Eagle that I could always trade off the hours if they scheduled me wrong. However, there was this one night during the Christmas week in which I could not find a replacement, and I didn't know what to do. I was scheduled for both companies. I started freaking out, and I figured, you know what? I never call in sick. I just rang up the old pizza place like, hey, I'm very sick today. I'm so sorry I can't make it in. Now, this was a red flag because my boss knows I'm never sick. I never call out sick. I literally come into work every day. I'm a perfect worker. So he was like, oh, really? You sick? You're not, possibly gonna be working that other store, are you? And I was like, oh, what gave you that impression? He was like, I'm just checking. You're sick though, right? And I was like, can't come in. Hung up the phone. I think I was scot-free. I went to work at the other place. Everything was fine. Doing the changing rooms, folding up a pair of jeans, and then someone walks through the door to the store. Oh my God, it's a cook. We immediately clock eyes. He's a new one. I don't recognize him that much, but he recognized me. He was like, hey, aren't you supposed to be? And I was like, do not say anything, okay? This is between you and me. He was like, what you gonna do? And I was like, 10%, give him 10% discount. We were all fine at that point, but hypothetically, easily fireable. Annoyingly, because, I'm just trying to do my best, but you shouldn't really be lying, especially to a job you've had for 3 years just to get off. It's the only time I've ever done that, okay? I've never done that otherwise, okay? I'm a very good worker, except for all the mistakes that I make. Eventually, I moved to the UK, and I finally got my first office job. Now, this was a very, very small office. There was a total of 5 people in this office. You might think that's a good thing. You can become good friends with everyone. Not really. I much prefer a little bit of a larger one because everyone knows what everyone is doing, and that makes me uncomfortable, especially because this is my first job. I don't know what I'm doing. So does everyone know I don't know what I'm doing? And at one point, after the first month of working there, my boss called me into a meeting, and he said, Evan, we need to talk. Now, that's never a good thing. It is never a good thing for your boss to say, hey, we need to talk. I want to give you more money. No, not gonna happen. Or you're doing a good job. Nah. So I'm starting to stress out, and I'm like, what's going on? Is everything okay? And he was like, some people in the office have been talking, and they don't think you like them very much. And at this point, I'm like, I mean, who's talking? Between you and me, there's only 3 other people in the office. It's really not that hard to make a decision. But who's this? Is it this girl or this girl? Well, it turns out every time I'd gone to get a cup of tea from the kitchen, I had not asked anyone else if they wanted tea. That was it. What? That's why people didn't like me. It seemed like I was very selfish. And he was like, it's okay, you're American. You're not used to it. I went, how was I supposed to know? I'll do this. So then every time after that, I'd be like, who wants a cup of tea? Anyone want tea? And every single job I've had since then, I literally do that just so everyone knows. And the job that I currently have, every single time I say, does anyone want a cup of tea? No one even wants one. And I make a good cup of tea at this point, okay? I'm a bit insulted. Now, luckily, that wasn't a fireable offense. However, the next job I worked at was basically the guy that puts Facebook ads on your screen. I optimize, I put the photos and the copy, making sure they all line up, and optimize to find out which one's making the most money for the company, the most return on the investment, and put more funding into that. Now, a lot of times, I'd have a huge amount of money to play with to optimize these campaigns. A lot of these campaigns were like £150,000 every month in my hot little hands to control. Now, I'm a pretty diligent worker when it comes to math, okay? I really like math. I liked this job because it was very optimizing and me finding out what the best possible thing is. It was fun. But, people make mistakes. And at one point, we got a really big campaign from a company. It was like 35 grand, and they were like, Evan, set up the ads. And here I go, setting up the ads, getting everything nice. We got the images, we got the copy. I set it up, boom. Coming to work the next morning, feeling pretty proud of myself because that was a lot of work. It spent me a whole day on that thing. And my boss says, Evan, did you do the ads for secret company? And I went, yes, I did. He went, did you look at spend? And I went, yes, I put 30,000. He went, 30,000 for what? And I said, for the campaign. He went, look at the campaign spend. Instead of putting 30,000 over the lifetime, which is over the 1 month of the campaign, I put it for the day. The campaign had spent £30,000 in 1 day on Facebook ads. The company was like, what happened to our money? Because they obviously wanted the money to be spread out over the long month, not just all of it gone in one go. And I can't believe I literally wasted £30,000 in one go. It wasn't necessarily a waste. I mean, people saw the ads, people clicked the ads. Also, it was done really well. So good job to me for the setup. It's just, whew, I did get a write-up for that. I wasn't fired. It was my first mistake and it was kind of like double, triple check this next time. I was like, okay, luckily not fired for that one. However, my recent company, the company I currently work for is called Social Circle. I know I really haven't talked about it that much. It's an influencer marketing company and I kind of just wear a lot of hats when I'm there. I came in to do like some creator liaison stuff and then I just found that, hey, they've got some math I could do. I like math. And so I literally created an algorithm that could determine how much money brands should be paying influencers on like YouTube or Instagram based on their influence and engagement. And it took me a bit of time to make this, but it's pretty good. I'm really happy with it. I provided a very good value to this company. And it's something I'm very proud of because every time I check, I'm like, it's like 99% accurate, okay? I don't know who that 1% is, but I'm pretty happy with the numbers turning out, all right? Otherwise, when I'm not working on the math, I send emails or I work on like writing blog posts for the company and it's not that bad. It's just I prefer the math, obviously. However, I don't really have the most training when it comes to email marketing. It's not my forte. And so this past week, boss was like, hey, can you send some emails to like 5,000 of our people, tell them about the contest and like all about our new platform? And I was like, sure, no problem. But this was sent to me like about a month ago and our platform wasn't quite live yet. And so, I'm writing this email, making sure it's really cool, putting in the GIFs, talking about my algorithm. It's going to be really, really nice. And then I get to this one point where it says, check out the platform, except our platform's not live yet. So what do? I just kind of put a placeholder link in there. I know it's going to be a link, but we don't have one yet. So I just put a link in there. It's fine. Fast forward to this week when I go through and he's like, double check and then we can send it to all the 5,000 people. And I check, I'm like, looks really good. Everything's perfect with this email. We even got like the algorithm GIFs loaded in. It looks perfect. I'm like, double checked, triple checked. We're good to go. I push that red button, boom, all the emails sent. I'm feeling pretty good about myself. Okay. I come in the next day at work and I check to see the success of the campaign. My coworker's like, Evan, I don't know why we don't have as many clicks as we expected. And I went, oh, that's weird, not many signups. And she was like, no, we would have expected more than this. And I was like, oh, let me just check the campaign, see how it did. And so I open up the email campaign and I'm looking, I'm like, it did get a lot of clicks from the email. And let's look at the top clicks. Well, the top clicks were not to socialcircle.media. The top clicks were to http://butts. I put butts. Butts was my placeholder. I don't know why I didn't change it. It doesn't tell you what the links are. You have to click through and see what the link is. And literally, most of the people that opened our email, it says, check out our platform here to enter the contest to get a free prize. People click by and they just get butts. They get this page that says, this doesn't exist. You've been pranked. I can't believe I accidentally pranked 5,000 people. I didn't mean it. And I'm like sweating bullets at work like, This is a mistake. I sent people to butts. The worst part is that when you go to this page that says there is no such thing as butts, it then says, would you like to search Google for butts? No! Do not search Google for butts! Oh my god. So then I'm freaking out and I'm like, well, now I have to send an oopsie email. So I hurry up and quickly make one of these to be like, oops, our link before wasn't correct. Here it is again. And you know what? I've saved the company. Everyone loves a good oops email. We all love apologies on the internet. We made a mistake. And so boom, more people clicked the oops, we made a mistake and clicked the actual link than the original email. I've saved the company. I'm not fired. I'm fine. Boss is like, good job. And as long as many people sign up to the platform after this video as well, I mean, this is also an atonement, so oh my god, I've survived. Maybe if you're watching this and you're thinking of hiring me, you're not thinking of hiring me anymore, because I make mistakes every once in a while. I'm human, okay? But I try my best, I love what I do, and I love making videos. Please don't fire me or unsubscribe. But anyway, thanks for watching. If you've ever had some weird issues with your work, if you think you can top any of mine, please tell me some fun stories in the comments. I'd really love to read them. I've been loving reading every one of your comments in the recent videos so much. Thank you so much for the support. And like I said, this is a nice lighthearted video. No drama today, just back to the smooth grind of awkward Evan embarrassing moments. Classic. Anyway, what you on here? Thank you for watching. I will see you guys next Sunday. Goodbye.